regular people coming in the club, and they still arrested us for performing in the front of adults.
What is this? Is this not America?
They don't want to be reminded that there are people in Harlem, Watts, Liberty City, living like how they're living.
And you, Chinese, black, green, purple, Jew, you have the right to listen to whoever you want to, and even the Two Live Crew.
They got behind us. They said, look, we're going to stand behind these people, you know, because this is a serious issue.
My community as a black man in Broward County. It's unfair. The jury was all white. There were no blacks on the jury pool at all, only one. And they don't know where EC Records is. They don't know nothing about the goddamn ghetto.
Cut it up, Rich. Cut it up.
Hello, New Orleans. Welcome to Positive Black Talk. My name is Earl Mackey, and this is our first show, so I'm glad that you were able to join us tonight. Tonight's segment of the show is called Greek Life, and you're going to know everything there is to know about Greeks and Greek organization, Greek letters, and everything else there is to know about Greeks. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Positive Black Talk.
Maybe someone's trying to tell you something.
Welcome back to Positive Black Talk. As I promised you before, we're going to have 8 representatives of all 8 Greek-led organizations. And why don't you help me welcome our first 2 representatives? Hello. All righty.
How you doing?
Okay. So, for the sake of the audience, you can tell us your name and the organization you're associated with.
My name is Virginia Levine. I'm from Southern University at New Orleans, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, Gamma Upsilon Chapter.
And you are?
I'm Patricia Gaines, a student at Southern University at New Orleans, and I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Okay, so how long have you all been associated with the organizations?
I've been at Delta for 3 years.
3 years.
I've been at Sigma for 4 years.
4 years, okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think you have to be a sophomore in your second year before you pledge?
Yes.
30.
Can you pledge freshman?
If you have 30 hours in
32
advanced
years.
freshman
Okay. That's
at
like
our school.
Okay, if you like go to summer school, you can come back for the fall and then pledge.
If you have the amount of hours that you need to pledge. Yes.
30 hours, that's a university requirement,
Mm-hmm.
and a
Okay.
2.5 average.
Right.
So what kind of things you do in the sorority? Tell me some.
We basically, the sororities themselves, all of them are public service sororities. So we do different public services on campus as well as off campus.
So you perhaps go to different schools and tutor young people and what hospitals and.
Yes, take care of the elderly. Those are most of our community projects.
Okay. Well, that's good. It's like the whole group go out and help people and yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be the whole group. You can do it as an individual, on an individual basis. We have a School America program that we have now that's, we gotten volunteers from school and other places, and they volunteer their time to go and read to students.
Okay.
So
In our organization, we have a project called Project Reassurance, where we deal with teenage pregnancy and juvenile delinquency, and we get depth into it. We counsel a lot of things we do with them.
Okay. So those are the serious things that you do. So let's talk about the step shows. You all go out and step in different competitions?
yes, there's step shows and different things on campus. We may sing together on campus. Or,
Okay. It's like a sorority song that you sing that everyone else know and
They
you all
should know
sing
all
it?
of them.
Okay.
Sorority should know
And
it.
there's the sorority song,
Uh-huh.
a national hymn, or the pledge song.
Okay. So let's talk about the signals, the calls that you all give on campus. Both of you have different calls where you call your sorors or your sisters of the organizations?
Yes, we do. It stems from our history. It comes down from our mascot, and does this kind of sound
And
weird.
your mascot is a what?
It's a poodle.
A poodle, like a dog poodle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the baby poodle sound, that's what we make.
Okay, what kind of sound does a baby poodle make? Yep. Okay, I thought dogs go roof, roof.
Dogs, we talking
Oh.
about poodles.
Poodle.
Poodles are,
So poodles are not dogs. Okay, alrighty. So, and you, the Deltas make us...
common dogs.
A common, okay. And
There's a call that is used, but it's not a part of our history. Matter of fact,
Okay.
it's not even accepted.
oh, it's not.
It's something that evolved from undergraduates.
But basically, it's used. Say, for instance, you have another sister, and she's walking with a bunch of books in her hand, and you say, "Hey," but you'd like do the little, "Ooh." Oh, how does it go?
It's ooh, but
Oh,
like I said, it's not something that is part of our history. It's not something that's practiced during the time that you pledged.
It's just something that
It
evolved.
evolved.
Okay. I like it, though. I like it. I wish I had something. I mean, basically, guys are like, what's up? What's happening, And you do it like, cool and dignified, and I like it. I think you ought to keep it.
It's something that our national president has to, okay.
But hey, I'm not Greek, so hey, I mean, what I have to say about it. So thank you again, Virginia
You're welcome.
and Miss Delta.
You're welcome.
All righty. We're going to take a commercial. We're going to come right back with 2 other members.
pretty terrible out here. My mother said I was too much trouble, so she threw me out. I'd go home if they'd take me. I just don't know what to do.
Covenant House can get you help.
I wish I could go back home if they'd take me. I just don't know what else to do.
1-800-999-9999.
Covenant House.
We're back here with Positive Black Talk, sitting here with Keisha and Maria, two more members of other Greek letter organizations. Why don't you tell the audience your name and the chapter that you're on and the name of your sorority?
Okay, my name is Keisha Walker. I'm president of Alpha Beta Chapter, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, Dillard University.
I'm Maria Owen. I'm a student at Xavier University, and I'm a member of the Epsilon Tau chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Okay. You said Epsilon chapter?
Epsilon Tau.
Epsilon Tau.
Chapter.
That's what? Is that what OAKs call themselves, or what?
No, each chapter is designated by two other Greek letters, and in our chapter it's Epsilon Tau, which represents the individual chapters that each campus has to represent the sorority.
So as each sorority is founded on the campus, you go down the Greek alphabets?
Basically. Basically.
Okay. All right. So what is the main difference between your two organizations? Are there any differences?
Well, in my opinion, I don't really see any differences because of the fact that the four sororities, along with the four Greek letter fraternities, were basically founded on the same principles, just scholarship, service, and for us sisterhood, and for them brotherhood. So I see no difference in us but the colors that we wear. That's
colors.
it.
And your colors are blue and white?
Yes.
Oh, it's a royal blue and white?
Royal blue and white.
Okay, and you're pink and green?
Yes.
So you agree with her that there's basically no difference?
It really isn't. A lot of times, people looking from the outside, some kind of way, come up with this stereotype about the organization. But actually, everyone is promoting the same thing, and that's black unity.
Okay. So you're saying there's no big difference between organizations, therefore you could have been what she is and she could have been what you are. I mean, that's what you're saying basically?
Basically, in so many words, because when it all boils down, we all have the same goals. When you sit down and come to our programs that we might have and we tell you about what the organization is about, you can basically go along the same guidelines from each sorority and realize that our goals and purposes are right along the same realms.
So I guess it's something inside that you feel that you may belong to this organization or you feel better with that organization. Is basically that's the way it is?
Yeah, there's just always something, I guess, an edge that the other sorority has. I don't know, and maybe it's just a little spark inside you that just say, I want to, you know, this is more my personality for some reason, even though they're basically doing the same things. It's just, you know, each individual is different.
Right. Being Greek members, part of an organization, do you think there's an intimidation by guys who are non-Greek? Do you think they have a problem talking to you, coming up to you since you are organization members, or Greek letter members?
I would think that more people want to be affiliated with people who wear, not necessarily who belong to Greek letter organizations because they want to feel a part of the mainstream. So you have most non-Greeks who go to a lot of the Greek functions, and the guys want to date sorority girls, and at the same token, the ladies want to date the fraternity guys.
Right.
So I think, for me, I think that it makes them approach us more. So because of the fact that we do belong to organizations, and these organizations are supposed to be the people on campus who are the high achievers academically and putting out more community service and stuff. So I think that draws people to us.
So you think it's an advantage?
I won't say it's an advantage because, you know, from my standpoint, I always say I was Maria before I was an AKA, and a lot of times, from people that this is their first experience coming on campus and you know, being in the environment of Greeks, a lot of times people will say, well, you know, you know Jane, the AKA, or you know Sue, the Delta.
Right.
But you don't necessarily think of it as an advantage. That's just something that they associate you with, just like if you were on the basketball team, they say, oh, you know, oh, that's on the basketball team. So I don't necessarily think of it as an advantage. Sometimes it's just thought of as a way to relate a face, or you could relate it to an organization that they belong to.
So you don't think organization change people once they cross over the line or become members? You don't think there's a change?
And some individuals, it's like I said, it's an individual thing. You know, for me, I can say it didn't change me, but just like she said, people from the, you know, outside looking in, they think, you know, it's totally stereotypical. They all say, oh, everybody changes once they get into a fraternity or a sorority, which isn't necessarily true.
So basically that's a stereotype. Well, I know people that have friends, they said we used to be jam, buddy, buddy, and once they crossed, it was a slight change in attitude. But I guess that's more of an individual.
Yeah, that's a personal change within. It really shouldn't, because the only thing that should happen after you know, become a member of the organization is to just have a purpose of serving the community more, not necessarily changing your personality. But in a lot of cases, people do change after they cross, you know, after they do become members. But that's not the purpose.
We're gonna have to take out time for 2 more members of the fraternities about to come here. It was nice talking to you all. And I hope you more success with your organizations.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And we're going to take another commercial. One more.
Just a fraction of what we spend dining out could help pick up the tab for a good cause. A small part of what we spend on sports could help keep our community in shape. Or some of our time on the phone could help answer society's problems. Won't you get involved? By giving 5% of your income and volunteering 5 hours per week, you can really help your community. This year, make it your goal to give 5. What you get back is immeasurable.
We're back here with 2 other members of Greek-led organizations, Kemek and Ronald. How you doing? What's going on? So why don't you tell the audience your name and which organization you're representing?
My name is Ronald Fallon, and I'm currently the president of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated Alpha Lambda chapter. That's at Southern University at New Orleans.
And you are?
My name is Kemek Anderson, and I'm the president of the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated Epsilon Alpha chapter at Dillon University in New Orleans.
Okay. Now, you call yourselves the Q Dogs, right?
That's correction. It's Omega Psi Phi Omega Man.
Oh.
That's just another stereotypical.
Okay. But you don't refer to yourself as the dogman or?
No, that's something.
No, because I noticed. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just saying when I went to a show, I know a lot of the guys did dog ears and stuff.
That's valid. That's you're very valid in saying that. But you know that's something that came about in the late '70s.
All right. And I noticed your outfit. That's the colors.
Yeah, this most certainly is the colors.
The gold and purple.
Right.
Okay. And Kemek.
Yes.
You're from Dillard. The president of Sigma.
Yeah.
So how did you become president? Wasn't like an election with the ballots and people went behind a curtain and voted on you?
It's a democratic process, whereas the members of the organization elect a person which they feel can best represent the organization at different functions, and a person that can work and has some initiative and leadership.
So what exactly the term fraternity? What does it mean?
Well, Fraternity comes from the Greek word fraternities, meaning a state of being brothers. It originated back in the 1700s when groups of Greeks were all together and assembling themselves for one common purpose and one cause. And that's where our Greek letter organization name of our organizations come from. That's why we have Greek letters.
Well, why did you choose the name Greeks? Why not use the Hebrew alphabet or the Roman alphabet? Is it a reason that you chose to be Greek?
Well, the Greek symbols only identify the organization. It has nothing to do, we don't consider ourselves Greeks at all. We're black, we're African Americans, but it's just our name of our organization is Greek letter organization. And as I stated earlier, it stems from the closeness and the oneness of purpose that the Greeks had in the early days in the 1700s.
Right. I know there's a lot of people use that they're not Greeks. I say, well, are you Greek? They say, no, I'm American, and it's like a joke. And people laugh and stuff, but yeah, you all not laughing. So it wasn't that funny, huh? So let's talk about the pledging process. What do you have to do to become members of your organizations?
To become a member of any organization, the requirements at black universities is 30 hours and a 2.5 or better. At white universities, it varies. You may have 12 hours, and also the requirement is of our GPA is 2.5.
So there's a process of going online and dressing alike, shaving heads, or what else do you do?
Well, basically it's an orientation program, whereas you initiate members into your organization that you feel can help or better your organization, and you can in turn give something back to them.
Okay. The head shaving is something that's more or less a thing of the past.
Okay.
It is a form of hazing.
No, I saw that when I saw what was the movie?
School Days.
School Days, right? That's basically when the black fraternities really came out as far as the national level is concerned. And so basically the movie, is it a reflection of what happened on your campus or what?
No, I think that is more bad media pubbed up on Greeks because it only pubbed the stereotypes. As you can remember, they never showed anyone going to class, and Greeks are the leaders on campuses as we know today. So that's just a bad published movie.
Well, actually, before the movie was aired, Greek letter organizations had been making an impact in America, but many people were not aware of it. For instance, the United Negro College Fund, all of the organizations donate. By this time, we've collectively donated millions of dollars to the United Negro College Fund and programs like the United Way, organizations like March of Dimes, and we are having an impact in America and have been for several years.
But I think, when you look at television, you think about fraternities, we see things like, Animal House, Revenge of the Nerds, and then we saw School Days. So you're saying that those not really actual reflections of the...
No, they aren't. That's just one aspect of media pumping up negativeness. And besides, those people that usually make those movies aren't in the fraternities or sororities.
So they don't really know
see the outside, things going bad.
Okay. All right. Well, we're running out of time, and we have 2 more members we have to bring on. So thank you again for coming down. All right.
Nobody explores a neighborhood like a kid on a bike, but explorers can encounter the unexpected, and they need to be prepared. Fact is, head injuries from a bike fall could disable your child for life. The Surgeon General says bike helmets could prevent most serious head injuries. So give your kids bike helmets. Make sure they wear them. Bike helmets are smart.
It's pretty terrible out here. I'd go home if they'd take me. I just don't know what to do.
Covenant House can get you help.
Welcome to the last segment of our show. We have two more representatives from two other Greek letter organizations, and maybe you could tell the audience who you are and where you're from.
My name is Joe McGee. I'm the pole mark of the Beta Gamma chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, which is at Dillard University here in New Orleans.
My name is Damon Weddington. I'm the president of the Beta chapter Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated at Xavier University.
And the Kappas, you use the canes when you're stumping?
Well, that's part of the entertainment part of, I guess, our organization. Okay. We use those for step shows.
Does that have any origin with the
Well, it's back in about the 60s and 70s. It's nothing that was founded. The fraternity was founded in 1911, and the entertainment aspect of fraternity life is such a small part, so the canes aren't that big a deal. It's a small part of something we do, but it is part of Kappa Alpha Psi.
Okay. And the Alphas, aren't you all the first Greek organization? The first black Greek organization. And that was back in
1906, December 4th, 1906, at Cornell University.
And how did it come about?
Well, our founders they started as a club that was used for a study club, and they felt that they wanted to get blacks more involved in a fraternity type of atmosphere and a brotherhood for black young men on college campuses. So that's how we started, and it came from that.
Let's talk about the Greek organizations on campus as relation to the black male. We have many reports about, say, the year 2000, the black male is diminishing and it's gone. How do you see that on campus? Do you see us going toward that direction?
I think that black Greek letter organizations can help but to build leaders. I think going through the process of getting in these organizations have a lot of outlet in terms of dealing nationally and internationally. And you have a lot of effect, and you can do a lot of things as an organization that you can't do on your own. And being college members, you come in and you build that organization. You come in as a sophomore and you're willing to work. You become that organization because they don't have a graduate advisor over you that's doing all the paperwork or doing any type of things or selling all the events that you want to do. You plan it and you outlay it and you work with it and you make it what it is. So you can't help but build leaders, and I think that's what we're all about. All the organizations here, all 8 of the organizations here build leaders. That's why on most campuses, the blacks that are in these organizations are the movers and shakers on the campuses.
So the students on campus basically look at you all as leaders and role models.
Basically, I think that should be one of our bigger goals, is to try to get, not only on our campuses, but kids who are growing up in high school students. We have Project Alpha, which we do when we go to different high schools, junior high schools, and tell kids about the responsibilities of being a man and preventing child birth unnecessarily, and working to educate people and go to high school and go to college. That's important. The best way for us to better ourselves is through education. And without education, we're lost.
Right. This is the part of the Greek organizations I wanted to share with the community. The part that's involved in the service, involved in the community, that's interested in gaining education. Because basically, when we see Greeks, we see them at the Greek show. We read about them in the paper about the bad things that they've done. Basically, that's all we hear about most blacks anyway, of the negative side of it. So I'm glad we had the chance to talk to you all and hear it from the Greeks themselves. And I guess we've eliminated most stereotypes that most people thought about you. So I want to thank you for joining us again in our segment called Greek Life. And I also want to thank all of the organization that's participated in our show tonight. Dillard University, SUNY New Orleans, Southern University of New Orleans, also Xavier University. So I want you to come back next week and join us again for another segment of Positive Black Talk.
Black and gold.
What ideas? Ideas about what?
I don't know.
I'm telling you how I might be the man from this show. Let me push over. I'm single and ready.
Single and searching.
And in 5, 4,
No, I ain't gonna do that.
3,
2, 1. Hello, New Orleans. My name is Earl Mackey.
And I'm Nicole Pace, and welcome to Positive Black Talk. We have an exciting episode for you guys tonight, don't we, Earl?
Yes, we do. This is the first time we've done a show at
outside
nighttime.
At night. You have a special treat.
Yes, yes. So don't go anywhere.
You stay right there and stay tuned.
Yeah. For more.
Positive Black Talk. We'll
at
be back.
night. At night. Positive Black Talk at night.
Positive Black Talk at night, y'all. Stay there. We'll be right back.
That was too short.
do it again.
Let's say what we're gonna talk about. Celebration.
Okay. I mean, let's get into it. And let's instead of going to.
Hello, New Orleans. My name is Earl Mackey. Welcome. No, I wasn't supposed to say welcome. Okay. Hello, New Orleans. My name is Earl Mackey. And you're?
Let's start.
That was the show. Come on.
Start.
Hello, New Orleans. My name is Earl Mackey.
And I'm Nicole Payton. Welcome to Positive Black Talk. We have an exciting show lined up tonight, don't we, Earl?
We do, yes.
Do y'all notice anything different about our set?
I'll give you 3 guesses. 1, 2, 3. Wrong.
We're outside at night, you guys.
Positive Black Talk at night, ladies and gentlemen.
It's special. So, Earl, let's tell them what we're going to talk about tonight.
Well, tonight we're going to recap the celebration of Black womanhood, recognition of 400 years.
Which is a mighty long time, if I do say so myself.
Yes, yes, yes. This celebration was sponsored by yours truly.
Positive Black Talk.
Yes, correct. In October, it was October 26th, 1991.
But really, you guys, it started on the 24th. And from the 24th through the 26th, it was spectacular, if I do say so.
It started October 26th with the ceremony at City Hall.
With the mayor, press conference.
Yes, yes. The Mayor Sidney Bartholomew gave away certificates of merit to the outstanding Black women of New Orleans.
Y'all, guess what Earl did?
What?
Earl forgot to introduce the mayor.
I forgot to introduce the mayor. Well, you know, we was at City Hall and I was kind of nervous. And I said, and thank you all for coming out to the celebration. And I walked off.
And the mayor was like,
I'm sorry, Sid, but you, it's all right, all right, all right. Anyway, we're going to recap some more of the celebration. What happened the next day?
Let's go to Friday. We had a dress rehearsal at the Clarion Hotel.
Yes, yes, that's where the celebration was, at the Clarion Hotel.
That's right. And then Saturday, we had a parade, y'all.
And then Saturday, Nicole's trying to be like a valley girl.
Like, barfed me out with
you should have saw her this morning.
Guys.
This morning, she tried to dress like En Vogue.
And look,
and she was like, hold on.
No, let me tell you, I look like Nicole and only Nicole. I do not want to imitate or
anyway,
nobody else.
Saturday, October 26th, we had a parade starting at Armstrong Park.
Yeah.
And it proceeded all the way down Canal Street.
Let's tell them about it when we show the clip.
Okay, we're going to tell you about it when we show the clip. But anyway, we're going to go to a commercial break. or a break.
A break.
And we'll be right back
with more Positive Black Talk
at night.
You're such a silly rabbit.
Tricks are for kids.
Whenever you're ready.
Give us a cue.
And in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yes.
Welcome back to Positive Black Talk.
It's a little chilly out here, huh?
Kinda. Y'all like my jacket? I think it's rather cute, but that's not
why we're here, Nicole.
I know, but anyway, so what are we going to talk about first, Earl?
First, let's start at City Hall.
Okay, let's go to City Hall and show them the women and the mayor, and when Earl forgot to introduce the mayor, and when I spoke, I gave a little darling speech, you guys. And what else?
And let's watch the tape. And right now.
We'll be back. Go watch the tape.
Okay.
We gotta watch the tape.
Let's watch the tape. Okay. Now we're gonna come back from City Hall. How long did that last? About 5 minutes? Okay, let's come back.
Sure. 5, 4, 3, and here.
Hey, and we're back.
I really liked what the mayor said.
Yeah.
He really, I was kind of surprised that, let's see.
Did he watch the show?
No, boy, I'm not surprised that he watched the show.
He better be watching it.
Why would you say that?
Well, because, you know, this is Positive Black Talk, and he's black and he speaks positive, so.
But anyway, let's go.
So what else did you like about the City Hall?
About City Hall?
Yes. Was that the first time you were at City Hall?
That was the first time I was in that area of City Hall, which was really nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like the little, what you call it? The sign?
Windows?
No, the sign with the city and the bridge. You remember where we took the pictures? The backdrop.
Oh, yeah, the backdrop.
I thought that was really nice.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was really. The women were. This was the first time that we met the women.
Right.
Let's tell them, how did we come up with the women, the outstanding women?
Yes, we owe all of that to Miss Cynthia Brown.
Cynthia Brown, is it?
Yes, Cynthia Brown. You guys don't pay any attention to Earl. What we did was.
Women change. But anyway, that's not why we're here.
What we did was we first had a starter meeting, remember, at Cox Cable.
Yes.
And we invited different organizations to come in and participate and give their ideas. We had a brainstorming session.
About how we would do the celebration.
That's right. And we narrowed it down into saying that the women would have to have a letter of recommendation, be involved in community service,
yes,
and have outstanding job performance or accomplishments.
Yes.
I mean, and the job could be either at the home, in the office, or wherever. It didn't
right, so
really
we didn't
matter.
discriminate. We recognized women from housewives to corporate executives.
Exactly. So we tried to include the whole scope of the black woman.
So in our celebration, everyone is included, no matter
That's
what
right.
you are, no matter what you do, no matter